Ding, ding, ding. The opening bell on Wall Street. Let capitalism
That's right.
commence.
Let it shine.
We are taking a live look at the markets for you right now. Take a look. The Dow Jones is starting the day relatively flat. It just started. Things could happen. Let's bring in CBS News business contributor Javier David. Let's start out talking about, we're going to talk about gas prices. They are, of course, creeping back up to $4 on average today. It was just weeks ago that we saw them tumbling a little bit on the promise of peace with Iran, and yet we're back. What's going on?
Yeah, well, no mystery here. It's all about Iran. There's no clear path forward to this de-escalation that would hopefully reopen the Strait of Hormuz on a sustained basis. That's the thin reed of hope that markets have wanted. We know basically where global oil prices go, gas prices are sure to follow. And the general rule of thumb is every $1 change in oil translates into a price hike at the pump of at least 2 cents. So we had more deaths in U.S. troops over the weekend. It raises the prospect of this whole conflict widening and escalating. That means oil is going to start testing $100 a barrel in short order. And that means retail prices in gas are going to go up. So national average is, as you mentioned, closer to 4. We might start climbing closer to 425, 450. And while countries are finding workarounds to Hormuz, these lingering bottlenecks in the system means price risks are skewed to the upside, unfortunately.
All right, so crude oil prices have surged, Javier, since the collapse of this U.S. Iran truce, but generally have not seen as much fluctuating as consumers are dealing with at the pump. Why is that?
Yeah, it's not just one thing happening here. It never is, but it's a combination of structural short-term factors. The first thing that we should mention is oil traders have been really optimistic about this conflict winding down. And that's kind of reflected in the price action. So every time you hear talk about a ceasefire or a memorandum of understanding, prices come off very, very quickly. This has been the worst oil shock in modern history. But we've managed to stay off these spike highs that we've seen before, like 150, close to $200 a barrel. And that's because a lot of these speculative positions are kind of primed to unwind the minute something positive happens. So secondly, we've had a lot of supply in the system. Big companies and oil producers have been tapping the reserves, and that's helped cap its volatility, but time's running out, and mostly because that crude stockpiles are.
They're firing on all cylinders, trying to flood the market with more supply. Javier, thank you so much.